As a small business owner, what are the 10 things I should watch out for when starting my business?
So there are the 10 reasons I think that most businesses struggle with and the reason their business fails, right?
Yep.
So we'll start with number one. Number one being that you don't have the money or the resources to invest into your business. Like a lot of people think, and we do preach about this a lot, that you don't need that much money to start up your business. You don't, but you obviously need an income, right? You need something, you need some substance. You either need lots of time or lots of money or both, right? And if you don't have that, then you won't be able to start your business. And we're not only talking money, we're talking about time, we're talking about willing to sacrifice, we're talking about all those different things. If you don't have that, you can't actually start your business, right? You might be able to start promoting for it, start the marketing, whatever. But in terms of actually starting your business and making money from it, usually you're going to need some type of monetary value from it. And the second thing that we should talk about is that you have the idea that when you invest, whatever that money is, whether it's minimal, maximum, whatever it is, that you're going to get it back instantly, right? That when your product launches, when you're first open, whatever you've invested, whether that's 700, 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, you're going to get it back. That is a massive issue. Most businesses will fail if they have that ideology in their head because that's their success rate, right? That's their success condition. That if I make back exactly what I put in upon launch, then that means my business was successful. It's just bullshit. It doesn't work like that, right? And most businesses upon startup won't do too well, right? Especially if they haven't done the right marketing, haven't done the right advertising. So to say that that's your like condition of whether you should go on or whether you should not, likely your startup is going to fail because of it. The third thing is that your product or service solves no issues. It's just a copy or it simply has no place in the market. And the third one of simply having no place in the market, there are lots of things which had no place in the market, but the person or the business owner created the demand for that product or service. So that's one way of getting around it. But you actually have to have something that changes someone's life. You're either educating, entertaining, or expecting, right? Like you're doing one of the three. And if you're not changing their life in one way, shape, or form, doesn't always have to be making it better. Sometimes it could just be changing something they do to something more efficient, right? Or more easier, or that type of thing. It doesn't always have to be cheaper or doesn't always have to be like a fucking multi-million-dollar idea. It can just be different, right? But if you're not doing that and your product or service really does nothing for your consumer, then your product's probably going to fail. It doesn't matter how well you do with it. The next thing is you don't have any goals in place other than monetary gain. And even the monetary gain isn't focused. Like if you're constantly sitting there thinking that you're going to be making $1 million in your first year and you have that in your mind constantly, or just making $1 million in general, it's just not a good rate to be thinking about the way you're doing things, because your decisions are going to be inspired by short-term money, not long-term gains. And what I found in business speaking generally is that long-term gains are always worth more than the short-term gains, always. And there might be some business formats where short-term gains will be better. I won't say that every single business has to do that, but most times long-term gains are more important. So you need to have more goals than just trying to earn money. So I'm going to rush through the rest because we're cutting up on time now. So you don't know who your product or service is accustomed to, right? You actually don't know who's going to use your service. Like, so when you're advertising or marketing, all your audience focus is horrible. You're just focusing it to everyone. Or you're one of those people that goes onto Facebook ads and does audience just like let Facebook decide. Like you need to guide Facebook, right? Facebook helps you, but you need to guide them. And that goes for all types of advertising or marketing. How do you know where you're going to put your business cards if you don't know who's going to be using them? And then even if you do understand, this is the sixth read, if you do understand your ideal audience, you don't know their pain points, you don't know their lifestyle, you don't know their currency, you don't know anything, right? You don't know anything. So how are you meant to be focused on helping them out? All right, we're at 50 seconds. Number 7, your marketing is only focused on advertising and selling. You are only speaking to your ideal audience when you want money from them. That's the only time you're talking to them. Your service will fail. They will see right through you. There's millions of people trying to sell product or services, but they're not going straight up to someone and saying, here you go, pay me now, right? You need to provide value. You need to do so much to help them out. Number 8, 30 seconds. You have not utilized the correct avenues of marketing. Because you haven't targeted the correct ideal audience, you're on the wrong avenues of marketing and you're doing the marketing where your audience will not see it. Number 9, you have taken way too many obligations for yourself. And this is massive. You set yourself up for failure by doing way too much. You need to be able to delegate your responsibilities. And number 10, and most importantly, and let me end this on the 5-second mark, you have not contacted Zorus Media to help you. Thank you so much.